Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're doing some testing of Hodgkin. This is where my test version on the test server ended up. 26 signature item, 3 furniture. Honestly, it's not too bad. He loses his damage potential over long fights because of the 30 signature item, but he isn't really used for that at the moment. And then as for the in, we get that the Soul Siphon it just continues all the way. But we do lose this extra damage and the extra debuff effect from it. But it's not too bad. It's a decent level to test him at. Now, I did just clear this stage. If people who were on my last stream know, I was really stuck on this stage. It actually still took me about 15 retries with Hodgkin in there, but my irons is still at 3 furniture. He doesn't stun early enough, and if Hodgkin can survive, he's pretty thick in that front row. He does die quick after he gets his defensives out, but if he can do an ult, he really can shift the tide of battle. So we'll just jump in here and have a look at what he did in this team, and then we'll try some more teams. So this one, we'll play it again on slower speed, but as you can see, he's just surviving in that front row, taking a fair bit of just soaking up that damage. Irons gets an ult, then he drops into his AoE fear after the Rowan, which is really nice, hits everyone on the battlefield, dies at the end there to the Thorin, but got the job done anyway. So let's just watch that again on 1x speed. So pretty thick in that front row. Now, Albedo does go in front of him and steal that aggro, but still, those shots coming through from the Verk, not doing too much damage to him, which is really nice. Now, we get lucky here, and the Rowan does pop an ult, which really does help us, because that boosts his as well, his energy. So 3 of them are already under control at that stage. But then we do actually get to fear those back row enemies. And as you can see, Pharrell up the top and Verk down the bottom both get feared. That ship is just really, really savage with the added fear that it brings. His flag is always there as well. So I feel like with teams where characters are going to be around him, the flag is going to be more impactful as well. But that one getting through nicely. Now, the rest of this should be fairly easy because I have beat these other stages. That was the one stage that I was having trouble with on this boss. So hopefully my location can get it done. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to complete this stage, and then I'll come back on the next stage where we can use Hodgkin. Okay, there we go, into the next stage. Now, as for deficits, so my deficit here is at just under 100 levels. Now, at higher deficits, I still don't know. Like, obviously, artifact, extra signature item, extra furniture will impact it. But once he gets through his defensives, like he does his little defensive thing and then he shoots the person, and then he uses his ship, he's sort of really vulnerable past that point because he's sort of out of defenses until he can get the block up again. But in general, he feels pretty tanky at the start, but he just has those windows where he can drop. So still have to do a lot more testing to find out, but pretty satisfied with the way he's working. So for instance, in a team like this, like I think he's going to be decent with 5 pull. We'll do it like this and just drop the Lucretia because she's obviously a core part of my team. But he gets that flag out. Oh, he died instantly. Dude, he died way too instantly. Did you guys see that? I don't even know what killed him. Man, that is savage. Let's do it like this. Let's see if this works. Is that like Angelo's musical notes killing us? But yeah, like that flag is right in the middle there. Obviously Joker's gonna die here, but wow, this team, they straight kill us. Like, it's not even a question. We just go bop. So let's just maybe it's not that good of 5 pull. My full 5 pull is incredibly weak, but man, the damage coming out of this enemy team is ridiculous. Alright, I'm just gonna try and get through this one. This is savage. Okay, that's a bit more survival. Lucky I got Lucretia. I was screwed on that stage. Dude. But yeah, I think like what I did in that last one with my Irons team, I feel like he's like just that thick unit. Like in that last one, like normally I'd take like Prince or something like that to get the stuns because Verk was in that enemy team. He kept getting poisoned. I just couldn't find something that worked. So that ended up going. So what's this team got? So if we put you there, we drop you. Let's try it without that. So if we go like that, so you can take that, and then we put you there. Oh, this is awkward because Joker kind of wants to be on the light bearers, but he dies if he goes there because he's a bit squishy. Let's just try this. Okay, get them CCs up. So he's surviving. He's actually tanking not too bad. Ooh, if we got an ult on him, it would have been close. Imagine if we could give him like, just give him a call or something. But that's the other thing. Barricade is going to be a thing for him as well, which is really nice that you can throw a barricade on that guy as well. But I don't think it's working too well. This isn't a great 5 pull, obviously. So obviously not impacting it too heavily. Let's see. All right, I'm just gonna Lucretia to the next 3 enemies, and then we'll play around there. Okay, so we just beat the first team with my Lucretia. Like, Lucretia's at a stage now where she's just with those extra upgrades, she can just use like fodder teams to go through. So we'll try him in this. Now, once again, I'm not using optimal teams for him. I'm just using what I can. I feel like the Graveborn teams with things like Silas, with Desira, you know, Pharrell for the CC. I do have Pharrell in there, but I don't have the full team. Things like that I think are going to be really strong with him. Just to work similar to what Aioli can do, how you just build up that momentum and go, except I don't think he's going to be quite on the levels of Aioli. I feel like he doesn't have the sustain power that Aioli has with that Toxic's transfusion, because he basically needs to ult and he gets a big burst heal every time, but Aioli does that but also has the continuous heal. So I don't think he's going to be quite those levels, but he does have that added support of a bigger AoE fear, plus the debuff on the enemies, plus the flag as well. So he's got more of a team-based kit, whereas Aioli does have his close range stun, but a lot of sustain and a hell of a lot of damage. I don't think his damage is going to come anywhere near close to it, but I still think it's semi-viable. So we're going to try it with this, see how this sort of thing goes. I'm not expecting too much, but like I said, that flag dropping in the middle, like, it is an assistance, but we don't have the damage. My 5 pull just doesn't have the damage. Iron just doesn't cut it. I don't know if I actually want to invest in Iron up to 30 Synchronium either. Just because I feel like he's more supportive now. So I don't know what I'm going to do here. We'll have to wait and see for my 5 pull team. Like, Joker's sort of carrying the damage on it at the moment, just because it's what I've got. But like, if he could get, and Hodgkin died instantly there. So I'm not too sure. Like, I once again, I think that Desire, I feel like a lot of teams, like, I need to build Desire and Silas on this account ASAP, but I kind of want to do Damon first for another team. But, if I go here, Shamira just basically one-shots anything that she fights, so we ain't gonna bother with that. But the flag does go down. We get that extra little bit of support. If he could get an ult here, it'd be huge. Like, if he could ult, whether you gave him call or something like that, and he could get around to an ult, it's just a bit too slow. If he had like extra energy generation mechanics tied into his kit, I feel like he'd go a lot better if you could get that bit of an earlier one. And that's where, once again, I feel like those sort of more sustain, like those longer drawn out battle type Graveborn teams, where you have things like the Desira with the sustain, you've got the Silas, you get Pharrell for the fears, where you can actually sustain it longer, then he can ramp up, then he can get his ship out, then he can get the fears. I feel like things are going to go a lot better in something like that. But as for something like this, it's probably not going to be his home. I just like testing everything with Chickenerion because it's pretty much all I have on this account, along with Irons and Lucretia. So that ain't going to work there. We're going to swap that out. That will probably work against the weak enemy team, and that's sort of the team I'm just using there. So let's slap it in here, see what happens. He's probably going to get one shot by the Shamira, actually. Man, Shamira's hit so hard with her first basic attack every time in this thing. Okay, there we go. He got his shield up and managed to avoid a bunch of that damage, which was really nice. So managed to survive that one. But like I said, I'm not too sure on his tankiness, how much he's going to be able to mitigate at higher deficits. I feel like he's going to work fine here. But at the higher deficits, I think he might start to see some struggle streaks going on. So let's just see if we can clear this one and be done with it. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we can. Irons, boom. Rowan, please stay alive. Stuns. Shamira's going to kill us here. Yeah, we're dead. We'd be dead. We'd be dead. Damn, that team's tanky. All right. Well, I think I don't know what else I can test him with. Unfortunately, it really sucks that my test server account is the free-to-play account, because it would be really nice to have more things built so we could have more tests for things like this. But we will definitely come back and revisit this over on Kiasma in the future. Let's just jump into one more stage and have a look at him. My still like gut feeling with him, he's going to be viable. I just don't think he's going to be like Aioli Damon levels of viable in that sense. I don't think he's going to function as a carry, even though his signature item like lends itself towards that damage dealing type thing. I just don't think he's going to have it in him, the scaling damage. But let's just jump into this, see what happens. Oh, they've got an ear on, rip. Whew, even Lucretia struggled. Even though Lucretia got torn to shreds. Anyway, that is going to be it for my first test of him. I still think there's some viability there. I still think he's going to be decent, but not godly. That is my personal feels. That flag as well coming out. getting the defense and attack rating increase. Like, I feel like that's going to be like, I just feel like in grouped up teams, I feel like that is going to be valuable in itself. Like, it's a lot of stats that gives. So I think we've just got to play around with that. I feel like that combined with the extra control he has, plus his raw tankiness when he is using this, is going to be what he's mainly used for, not his signature item and stuff like that. But that's my early thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.